What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. Get this, new hurdles arise on the road to Joshua versus Wilder yet again. We know that Deontay Wilder could be set to fight with Jared Anderson in August, likely thwarting any chance that the Bronze Bomber faces Anthony Joshua in September. Joshua recently revealed that his next fight is due to take place at Wembley Stadium on the 20th or 21st of September, adding last week that there are 4 potential opponents for that date. According to the former world champion, he will fight whichever heavyweight impresses most on June 1st, whether it's Wilder, Zhang, Dubois, or Filip Hrgovic. And we know this. And Al-Ashik tweeted on Tuesday, the talented Jared Anderson is now with us on August 3rd, Riyadh season card at LA against the Bronze Bomber. Deontay Wilder, if he's ready to, by then, the fight after the 1st of June, the fight against Zhilei Zhang. Okay. Now, let me counterpunch. Hurdle, I don't know if this is a hurdle or not. It could be a hurdle if the right things don't happen. And what I mean by that is, to me, okay, and I'm doing a live stream about this at 1 o'clock tomorrow. And we'll talk further about this. Wilder doesn't have a plan of redemption that's rapid. You know what I mean? I think that Parker fight really set him back. You know, and I think he was replaced by Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou got stopped and knocked out by Anthony Joshua. And then I think this is really a mission by Turki Al-Sheikh to keep Wilder still on the scene if he's still able to be mean and to do the things that he used to do back in the day. I think that's what's happening. I think the progression is slowed for Wilder to get him some fights because one of his problems, and a lot of people don't give this enough thought, is the fact that he was inactive all that time. Okay, inactivity is first cousin to father time. I keep telling you guys that. So if anything, Wilder to Turki Al-Sheikh, he may not get the shot at Anthony Joshua if that fight is in place. So in other words, all Deontay Wilder has to do is win or lose against Zhilei Zhang, and if he's up for another paycheck, he can fight Jared Anderson as well. That's what I'm saying. He's just going to get paid. Now, I'll tell you this. If we don't hear anything from Deontay Wilder showing his displeasement in this idea, he's just doing it for the money. He's just doing it for a check. He's cashing out like a lot of people think that he's doing anyway. That's all he's doing because he knows, okay, if you lose to Zhilei Zhang, you're out of the big picture anyway. But see, Zhang also lost. So basically 2 guys that have lost recently are fighting each other to see who's going to go wherever the next fight are going to be. But the problem with Wilder is Wilder already has his next fight. So that has nothing contingent on him losing or not. In that case, I say it's unfair anyway, unless Wilder expresses to Turki Al-Sheikh like, look, I did this to Zhang. If he knocks out Zhang, if he beats Zhang, he can say, look, this is his bargaining chip. Nobody was able to do what I'd done. I should get that fight with Joshua. The hell with Jared Anderson. Put Efe Ajagba in there. Put Frank Sanchez in there. Put somebody else in there. Put Jarrell Miller in there. You know what I mean? Well, he's going to be on the card, the August card, so you can cancel that. So, put someone in there that's going to fight that gives Jared Anderson exposure because they're trying to really, promote him, which is nothing wrong with that. Okay, so let that be known. But if Wilder gets Zhang, knowing Wilder, there won't be a Jared Anderson fight. I don't care what Turki Al-Sheikh says. You know what I mean? Because it's either, if he beats Zhang, he's not going to want to fight Jared Anderson. Why would he? If he knows that, hey, Anthony Joshua still needs an opponent. I have more popularity than Danny Dubois and Filip Hrgovic. Okay, I'm more known of a heavyweight. I'm a former champion, WBC for 5 years. Okay, so I think I should have first dibs at this anyway. If I don't headline a fight, I co-headline a fight, especially a big venue like the 5 versus 5 in the Days of Reckoning. You know what I mean? And before that, he headlined all the other fights with either the Tyson Fury fights or, the fights, all those fights he had with him. So that being said, I don't call that a hurdle. I just call that a matter of decision making from Deontay Wilder. But again, we can pretty much weed out the mentality of Wilder based on what happens June 1st. Because if he gets beat by Zhang, okay, well, he shouldn't expect anything from anybody anyway if he loses. You know what I mean? Just be prepared to pass your American torch to Jared Anderson, because Jared Anderson will be coming and he will be waiting. And if he is still able to fight, from June 1st, I think it's August 3rd, 2 months later, yeah, he'd go back into camp and he's going to fight who? Jared Anderson. But me personally, I don't see the Jared Anderson fight happening if Deontay Wilder beats Zhang. Hell, I don't really see him fight. I don't see it happening anyway. Because if he loses, again, he may be injured, and if he lost, he may, this is his last stance. So that's just an idea. It's not set in stone, people, that Jared Anderson is definitely going to fight Deontay Wilder. You know what I mean? That's just a proposed fight for Jared Anderson to look good. It is a passing of the torch type fight, though. Especially if Wilder loses and Wilder wants that last check again. He wants that last check before he can go to hell home and sell off in the sunset. He wants that last check before he gets out of Dodge. So he might as well do the right thing and give that torch over to Jared Anderson, because what happens if he fights Anderson and Anderson beats Wilder? Let's say he stops Wilder. Let's just take that for a minute. Let's say Jared Anderson beats and then stops him. What Jared Anderson's going to do, his popularity is going it's going to the next stratosphere. Why? Because he's taken out the former IBF champion, Charles Martin, now the former WBC heavyweight champion, Deontay Wilder. You know what I mean? So now he has some names on his record that other fighters don't even have to this day. So yeah, Jared Anderson is going to demand certain fights. So if he may want to fight Zhang. If Zhang doesn't rematch Parker later in the year, because that could still happen, right? Because, Parker's waiting and stuff like that, right? So we don't know how this is going to go. But hurdle, I wouldn't call it a hurdle at all for Wilder versus Joshua. Joshua's sitting back like a fat rat because he's just waiting to see who's going to be good enough to challenge him in Wembley. You know what I mean? So Wilder, I think this is why Wilder, though, is running track and field and, getting into shape and doing things that he hates, because he wants to make a statement in Saudi Arabia, because he knows those Saudi Arabians' money just doesn't end with one fight or one opportunity. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of this article that Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua is facing another hurdle, and his name is Jared Big Baby Anderson. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.